Most people live their lives as if they have all the time in the world. They procrastinate, they delay, they put off their dreams and their goals for another day. They say things like, I'll start my diet on Monday, or I'll begin saving money next month. Or I'll pursue my passion when the kids are grown. But let me tell you something, my friends, there is no guarantee of tomorrow. Now, I'm not here to be all doom and gloom. Far from it. I'm here to light a fire under you, to shake you awake from the slumber of complacency. Because the truth is, this very moment right now is the only moment you can be absolutely certain you have. Think about that for a second. This breath you're taking right now, it's a gift. The ability to hear these words, it's a blessing. The chance to make a decision that could alter the trajectory of your life, it's an opportunity that's presenting itself to you right this very instant. So why, oh why, do we continuously push our dreams and aspirations into some nebulous future? Why do we convince ourselves that someday is a real date on the calendar? I'll tell you why. It's because change is uncomfortable. Growth is painful. Stepping out of our comfort zones feels risky. And human beings by nature are wired to seek comfort and avoid pain. But here's the kicker, all the magic in life happens outside of your comfort zone. Now, I want you to imagine something for me. Picture yourself on your deathbed, looking back on your life. Are you filled with regret for all the things you didn't do? For the dreams you didn't pursue? For the risks you didn't take? Or are you filled with a deep sense of satisfaction, knowing that you squeezed every ounce of potential out of your life? The choice, my friends, is yours. And the time to make that choice is now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, now. You see, life is not a dress rehearsal. We don't get to do a practice run and then come back for the real performance. This is it. This is your one and only shot at this grand adventure we call life. So why would you waste even a single moment living anything less than your best life? Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but Jim, you don't understand. I have responsibilities. I have bills to pay. I have a family to support. And to that I say, of course you do. We all do. But let me ask you this, are those responsibilities and obligations really preventing you from pursuing your dreams, or are they just convenient excuses? You see, successful people, truly successful people, don't use their circumstances as excuses. They use them as fuel. They use them as motivation to work harder, to be more creative, to find solutions where others see only problems. Take, for example, the story of Colonel Sanders. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard of Kentucky Fried Chicken. But did you know that Colonel Sanders didn't start his famous franchise until he was 65 years old? That's right. At an age when most people are thinking about retirement, he was just getting started. And it wasn't easy. He faced rejection after rejection. Legend has it that his recipe was rejected 1,009 times before someone finally said yes. Can you imagine that? Over 1,000 rejections. Most people would have given up after the 10th rejection, let alone the 100th or the 1,000th. But not the Colonel. He understood that it was now or never. He knew that there was no guarantee of tomorrow, so he had to make the most of today. And that, my friends, is the attitude we need to cultivate. We need to approach each day as if it's our last chance to make our mark on the world. Because, in a very real sense, it is. Now, I'm not suggesting that you quit your job tomorrow and go all in on some half-baked scheme. That's not what this is about. What I'm talking about is a fundamental shift in how you approach your life. It's about recognizing the value of each moment and making a conscious decision to make the most of it. It's about asking yourself every single day, am I moving closer to my goals? Or am I just going through the motions? It's about having the courage to make changes when you realize you're off course. It's about refusing to settle for mediocrity when excellence is within your reach. You see, the most dangerous word in the English language is tomorrow. It's dangerous because it gives us the illusion that we have time. It lulls us into a false sense of security. It allows us to postpone our dreams, our goals, our personal growth. But here's the truth, tomorrow is not guaranteed. The only moment you can be sure of is right now. So why would you waste it? Why would you squander this precious gift of the present moment? Now, I want you to think about something for a moment. Think about a goal you've been putting off. Maybe it's starting a business. Maybe it's losing weight. Maybe it's writing that book you've always talked about. Whatever it is, I want you to really visualize it. See it clearly in your mind's eye. Got it? Good. Now, I want you to ask yourself this question, if not now, when? If you're not going to start pursuing that goal today, right now, this very moment, then when exactly do you plan to start? Next week? Next month? Next year? When the kids are grown? When you retire? Let me tell you something, there will never be a perfect time. There will always be obstacles. There will always be reasons to wait. But if you're serious about achieving your goals, about living your best life, you need to start now. Today. This very moment. Because here's the thing, time is the great equalizer. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, young or old, male or female. We all get the same amount of time each day. The difference lies in how we choose to use that time. Successful people, truly successful people, understand the value of time. They guard their time fiercely. They invest their time wisely. They don't waste a single moment on activities that don't move them closer to their goals. And that's what I'm challenging you to do today. I'm challenging you to become hyper-aware of how you're spending your time. I'm challenging you to eliminate time wasters from your life. I'm challenging you to invest your time in activities that will bring you closer to your goals. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but Jim, I don't even know what my goals are, and to that I say fantastic. That's your starting point. Your goal for today, for right now, is to figure out what you want out of life. What are your passions? What excites you? What makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning? You see, without a clear destination, any road will take you there. But when you have clarity about what you want, when you have a vivid vision of your ideal future, then you can start taking deliberate steps towards that future. And here's the beautiful thing, once you start moving, once you start taking action, the path becomes clearer. Opportunities start to present themselves. Doors start to open. But none of that can happen if you're standing still, waiting for the perfect moment to start. Now let's talk about fear for a moment. Because fear is often what holds us back from taking action. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But here's the thing about fear, it's usually based on a future that hasn't happened yet and may never happen. Think about that for a second. We often let our actions be guided by outcomes that exist only in our imagination. We let these imaginary scenarios paralyze us, prevent us from taking action. But what if, instead of letting fear hold us back, we used it as a compass? What if we looked at our fears and said, if this scares me, it must be important. It must be worth doing. You see, growth and comfort cannot coexist. If you want to grow, if you want to improve, if you want to reach your full potential, you must be willing to step out of your comfort zone. You must be willing to face your fears head on. And here's the secret: action cures fear. The more you do the thing you're afraid of, the less power that fear has over you. So if you're afraid of public speaking, guess what? You need to speak in public more often. If you're afraid of starting a business, guess what? You need to take those first steps towards entrepreneurship. Remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow. There is only this moment right now, and the choice you make in this moment will determine the course of your life. Now let's talk about habits for a moment, because your life right now is the sum total of your habits. The person you are today is a result of the habits you've cultivated over the years. If you're not happy with where you are in life, if you're not satisfied with your results, then it's time to take a hard look at your habits. Are your daily actions moving you closer to your goals or further away? You see, success is not a destination. It's not something you achieve once and then you're done. Success is a way of life. It's the result of consistently making good choices day after day, week after week, year after year. And the beautiful thing about habits is that they work both ways. Bad habits can drag you down, but good habits can lift you up. The key is to be intentional about the habits you're cultivating. Start small. Choose one habit that, if you consistently practiced it, would have a significant positive impact on your life. Maybe it's waking up an hour earlier each day to work on your goals. Maybe it's reading for 30 minutes every day to expand your knowledge. Maybe it's exercising for 20 minutes each morning to improve your health. Whatever it is, commit to it. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Make the decision in this moment to start building that habit. Because remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow. Now, let's talk about personal responsibility, because at the end of the day, your life is your responsibility. Your success, your failure, your happiness, your unhappiness, it all comes down to the choices you make. It's easy to blame others for our circumstances. It's easy to point fingers at the economy, at our upbringing, at our boss, at society. But here's the truth: as long as you're blaming others, you're giving away your power. You're saying, my life is not in my control. I'm at the mercy of external forces. But that's simply not true. You have more power than you realize. You have the power to choose your thoughts, your actions, your responses to whatever life throws at you. Now, I'm not saying that external circumstances don't matter. Of course they do. We don't all start from the same place. Some people are born into privilege, others into poverty. Some people have supportive families, others face enormous challenges. But here's the thing: regardless of where you start, you have the power to improve your circumstances. You have the power to learn, to grow, to adapt, to overcome. And that power lies in taking 100% responsibility for your life. Not 50%, not 99%, but 100%. When you take full responsibility, you take back control. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the architect of your own destiny. So I challenge you right here, right now, to make the decision to take full responsibility for your life. To stop making excuses, to stop blaming others, and to start taking action towards the life you want. Because remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow. There is only this moment. And the choice you make in this moment will shape your future. Now let's talk about learning. Because in today's rapidly changing world, the ability to learn and adapt is perhaps the most valuable skill you can possess. You see, formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune. The most successful people in the world are lifelong learners. They're constantly seeking new knowledge, new skills, new perspectives. And here's the beautiful thing: we live in an age where knowledge is more accessible than ever before. You don't need to go to an expensive university to learn. You have the world's knowledge at your fingertips. Books, podcasts, online courses, YouTube videos, the opportunities for learning are endless. But here's the key: you need to be proactive about your learning. You need to make it a priority. You need to invest time and energy into expanding your knowledge and skills. Because here's the truth: if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not continually improving, you're falling behind. The world is moving too fast for you to stand still. So I challenge you to commit to lifelong learning. To make it a habit to learn something new every single day. To be curious, to ask questions, to seek out new experiences and perspectives. And remember, it's not just about accumulating information, it's about applying what you learn. Knowledge without action is useless. So as you learn, constantly ask yourself, how can I use this? How can I apply this to my life, my work, my relationships? Because it's now or never. There is no tomorrow to start learning. There is only this moment, and the choice you make in this moment to invest in your personal growth and development. Now let's talk about relationships, because success is not a solo journey. The quality of your life is directly related to the quality of your relationships. Think about it. Who are the 5 people you spend the most time with? Are they lifting you up or dragging you down? Are they encouraging your dreams or feeding your doubts? Are they pushing you to grow or enabling your excuses? You see, you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Their habits, their attitudes, their level of success, it all rubs off on you. So I challenge you to be intentional about your relationships. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who bring out the best in you. Seek out mentors who have achieved what you want to achieve. Join masterminds or groups of like-minded individuals who are on a similar journey. And here's the thing: this might mean making some tough decisions. It might mean distancing yourself from negative influences. It might mean ending relationships that no longer serve you. But remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow to start building empowering relationships. There is only this moment. and the choice you make in this moment to surround yourself with people who will support your growth and success. Now let's talk about gratitude. Because in the pursuit of our goals, in the rush to achieve more and be more, it's easy to lose sight of what we already have. It's easy to focus on what's missing rather than what's present. But gratitude is a game changer. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. It transforms scarcity thinking into abundance thinking. It turns what you have into enough. You see, the happiest people are not those who have the most, but those who are most grateful for what they have. Gratitude turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. So I challenge you to make gratitude a daily practice. Every morning when you wake up, before you do anything else, take a moment to think of 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big things. It could be as simple as a warm bed, a cup of coffee, or the sound of birds singing. And here's the beautiful thing: the more you practice gratitude, the more you'll find to be grateful for. It's like training your mind to see the good in every situation, to find the silver lining in every cloud. Because remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow to start practicing gratitude. There is only this moment, and the choice you make in this moment to appreciate what you have. Now let's talk about giving. Because true fulfillment comes not from what we get, but from what we give. The most successful people understand that their success is not just about them, it's about the impact they can have on others. You see, when you focus solely on your own success, on your own goals, you might achieve them, but you'll find that the satisfaction is fleeting. But when you focus on how you can use your success to make a difference in the lives of others, that's when you find true, lasting fulfillment. So I challenge you to think about how you can give back. How can you use your skills, your knowledge, your resources to make a positive impact on the world around you? It doesn't have to be grand gestures. It could be as simple as mentoring someone, volunteering in your community, or using your business to solve a problem in the world. And here's the beautiful thing: giving is not just good for others, it's good for you too. It boosts your happiness, improves your health, and even enhances your success. There's a universal law at play here: the more you give, the more you give, the more you receive. Because remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow to start making a difference. There is only this moment, and the choice you make in this moment to give of yourself. Now, let's talk about failure, because on your journey to success, you will fail. It's not a matter of if, but when. And how you handle failure will determine whether you ultimately succeed or not. You see, most people are afraid of failure. They see it as something to be avoided at all costs. But successful people understand that failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of success. It's a necessary step on the path to achievement. Think about it. Every great invention, every breakthrough, every success story involves failure. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before he successfully created the light bulb. But he didn't see those attempts as failures. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the attitude we need to cultivate. We need to see failure not as an end, but as feedback. Not as a reason to give up, but as an opportunity to learn and grow. So I challenge you to change your relationship with failure. Instead of fearing it, embrace it. Instead of avoiding it, learn from it. Ask yourself, what can this failure teach me? How can I use this experience to improve? And most importantly, don't let failure stop you. Remember, it's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up. It's about having the resilience to keep going, even when things get tough. Because remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow to overcome your fear of failure. There is only this moment, and the choice you make in this moment to persist in the face of setbacks. Now, let's talk about discipline. Because at the end of the day, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. It's what turns dreams into reality. You see, motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. Some days you'll wake up feeling inspired and ready to conquer the world. Other days you'll struggle to get out of bed. But discipline is reliable. Discipline shows up every day, regardless of how you feel. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's waking up early to work on your goals, even when you'd rather sleep in. It's sticking to your diet, even when you're craving junk food. It's putting in the work day after day, even when you're not seeing immediate results. And here's the thing, discipline is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. At first, it might be hard. You might struggle. But over time, it becomes easier. It becomes a habit. It becomes who you are. So I challenge you to cultivate discipline in your life. Start small. Choose one area where you want to be more disciplined. Maybe it's your health, your work, your relationships, and commit to showing up every single day, no matter what. Because remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow to start being disciplined. There is only this moment, and the choice you make in this moment to do what needs to be done. Now let's talk about focus, because in today's world of constant distractions, the ability to focus is a superpower. It's what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. You see, success is not about doing 100 things. It's about doing a few things really, really well. It's about identifying what's truly important and giving it your undivided attention. But focus is hard. We live in a world that's constantly vying for our attention. Social media, emails, notifications, they're all designed to distract us, to pull us away from what's truly important. So I challenge you to become the master of your attention, to be intentional about where you direct your focus, to eliminate distractions ruthlessly, to say no to the good so you can say yes to the great. Start by identifying your most important tasks, the ones that will move the needle in your life and your work. Then, create dedicated time blocks for these tasks. During these times, eliminate all distractions. Turn off your phone. Close unnecessary tabs on your computer. Find a quiet space where you can work uninterrupted. And here's the key during these focus times. Give your task your full, undivided attention. Don't multitask. Don't let your mind wander. Be fully present with the task at hand. Because remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow to start improving your focus. There is only this moment, and the choice you make in this moment to direct your attention to what truly matters. Now let's talk about health. Because without your health, nothing else matters. You can have all the success in the world, but if you don't have your health, you can't enjoy it. You see, your body is the vehicle through which you experience life. It's the instrument you use to pursue your dreams, to make a difference in the world. So taking care of your health is not just about living longer, it's about living better. And here's the thing, your health is in your hands. Yes, there are some factors we can't control, but for the most part, our health is a result of our daily choices. The food we eat, the exercise we do or don't do, the sleep we get, the stress we manage, all of these are within our control. So I challenge you to make your health a priority, to see it not as something separate from your success, but as an integral part of it. To understand that investing in your health is investing in your future. Start by making small, sustainable changes. Maybe it's drinking more water or adding more vegetables to your diet. Maybe it's going for a walk every day or getting to bed a little earlier. Whatever it is, commit to it. Make it non-negotiable. Because remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow to start taking care of your health. There is only this moment, and the choice you make in this moment to honor and respect your body. Now let's talk about purpose. Because at the end of the day, success without purpose is empty. Achievement without meaning is hollow. You see, we all need something to strive for that's bigger than ourselves. We need a reason to get out of bed in the morning that goes beyond making money or achieving status. We need a purpose. Your purpose is your why. It's the reason you do what you do. It's what gives your life meaning and direction. And when you're clear on your purpose, everything else falls into place. Your goals become clearer. Your decisions become easier. Your motivation becomes unwavering. So I challenge you to discover your purpose if you haven't already. To ask yourself the big questions: what am I passionate about? What are my unique gifts and talents? How can I use them to make a difference in the world? And if you already know your purpose, I challenge you to align your life with it more fully, to make decisions based on your purpose, to pursue goals that are in line with your purpose, Because remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow to start living with purpose. There is only this moment, and the choice you make in this moment to live a life of meaning and significance. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to circle back to where we started. It's now or never. There is no tomorrow. This isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a fundamental truth about life. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. We don't know if we'll have another chance. All we have for certain is this moment right now. So I implore you, don't wait. Don't put off your dreams. Don't delay your happiness. Don't postpone your growth. Start now. Take that first step, no matter how small it might seem. Make that decision you've been putting off. Have that conversation you've been avoiding. Begin that project you've been dreaming about. Because here's the truth, the cost of inaction is far greater than the cost of making a mistake. Yes, you might fail. Yes, it might be hard. Yes, you might face obstacles and setbacks. But I promise you, the regret of not trying will haunt you far more than any failure ever could. Remember, every great achievement, every success story, every life well lived started with a single decision. A decision to start. A decision to try. A decision to believe in the possibility of something better. And that's the decision I'm asking you to make today. Right here, right now. Will you choose comfort or will you choose growth? Will you choose fear or will you choose courage? Will you choose excuses or will you choose action? Will you choose to wait for someday or will you choose to start today? The choice is yours. But remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow. So let this be the moment. Let this be the day you decide to stop waiting and start living. Let this be the day you commit to becoming the best version of yourself. Let this be the day you begin creating the life you've always dreamed of. Because you have greatness within you. You have the power to shape your destiny. You have the ability to make a difference in this world. But that greatness, that power, that ability, it means nothing if you don't use it. It means nothing if you let it lie dormant, waiting for the perfect moment that never comes. So I challenge you, I urge you, I implore you, embrace the now. Seize this moment. Make the decision to live fully, to love deeply, to give generously, to grow continuously. Because life is not a dress rehearsal. This is not a practice run. This is your one and only shot at this grand adventure we call life. So make it count. Make it matter. Make it magnificent. Remember, it's now or never. There is no tomorrow. There is only this moment, and the choice you make in this moment will echo through eternity. The future you dream of, the life you long for, the person you aspire to be, it all starts now, not tomorrow, not someday, but right here, right now. So what will you choose? What decision will you make in this moment that will set the course for the rest of your life? The clock is ticking. The time is now. Your life is waiting. It's now or never. There is no tomorrow. Thank you.